had a real revival.
One day, I better go back.
Hey, everybody, we're back with the lovely and talented crooner, John C. Reilly. Speaking of your ability to croon La Vie en Rose, I understand that now you've assumed a new character called Mr. Romantic.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Romantic, you're doing live shows. You've even you're releasing an album.
That's right. What's
There
not
you
to
go.
love?
What's not to love? Mr. Romantic. And who is Mr. Romantic, and how did he come to be?
So I grew up listening to these kind of songs, songs from the American songbook, standards, if you will. My mom used to play them on this player piano, and that's how I learned them from my mom. And then did a lot of musicals when I was a kid, and then I did that movie Chicago, the musical, where I played. Thank you very much. Little jazz hands for the folks.
Sure.
I played Mr. Cellophane, and I loved it so much, and it made me rediscover, because when I was a younger actor in acting school, I thought, I gotta be like Bob De Niro or, serious actor. And then I got that movie, and I was like, wait a minute, I can do this too. This is wonderful, and what a cool American art form, And then the movie was over, and then there aren't that many movie musicals made, and I was like, I miss being that guy. I miss that style of performance, that heart on your sleeve, right out to the audience, vaudevillian, I call it, style of performing. And I thought, how can I keep doing it? And I said, well, you can't go on tour with Mr. Cellophane because he only has one song. It'll be a short show. So I started collecting songs that I thought were in that style, and over 20 years, really. And then eventually I had this whole body of songs, and I realized they're all about love. And I was like, oh, so he's not like Mr. Cellophane, he's more like Mr. Romantic. And so I created this show, I call it kind of an emotional magic show. I come out of the steamer trunk at the beginning, and he doesn't have any...
Like Houdini? What do you...
Kind of like Houdini, but I'm not bound. I can get out.
Okay.
So I...
What kind of songs are we talking here? What do you like?
What'll I Do? Irving Berlin, You Don't Know Me, this Eddie Arnold song. I mean, we do a ton of them. Bing Crosby songs, Frank Sinatra songs, Nat King Cole,
Wow. You Don't Know Me, like, you give your hand to me.
Yes.
That one? Wow.
And you say hello.
And I can hardly speak.
My heart is beating so. And anyone can tell.
Oh, sorry.
You think you know me well, but you don't know me.
Lovely.
Thank you very much.
You
do know me a little bit. You do know me a little bit.
Not as well as others do.
Anyway, so I started doing that show, and the show ends up being about love. And it ends up being about empathy and wanting to connect with people in the audience, because the character doesn't have to go back into the steamer trunk if he can find one person who will love him forever, which is a big ask, I know.
What's the
odds are
ratio?
0%.
What's the ratio? You usually end up back in the steamer trunk?
I won't give it away, but the show is designed so that I fail, so that you feel better about yourself, basically. Like a clown, like any good clown.
Okay.
Yeah,
like you studied clowning, didn't you?
I did. I was in clown ministry at my church.
Oh, that's lovely.
I was a kid.
That's lovely.
And they taught us how to do clowning.
And how did clown ministry, like Clowns for Christ, that sort of thing?
Not really. It was more like the mission of Christ. They taught us how to be real clowns. They were very serious about how to do the makeup and all the rules about clowning and how to do physical comedy and everything. And then we'd go to nursing homes or street fairs, all for free, just spreading joy, That's one of the things I'm very sad that clowns have become these villain characters in horror movies, because the truth about clowns is they're people that have dedicated their lives to human joy,
Yeah.
They're
also sad too,
yeah. But again, they're sad, so you don't have to be as sad,
Right.
The joke's on them,
Yeah, they're pre-sad for you.
Yeah.
Emmett Kelly, one of the greats from when we were kids, and we're probably around the same age. I remember he was still working when we were kids.
Yeah, Emmett Kelly, one of the greatest. He's one of the only clowns who created an archetype, the hobo clown, in the Depression era. Anyway.
Yeah, he performed right here in this theater. That's
Did he?
Show. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Apparently, he never washed his costume. So if you smell a strange, musty smell. No, how dare I say that about Emmett Kelly? He's a genius. I have a painting of him in my office that sits behind me.
You have a painting of Emmett Kelly in your office?
Yeah, so whenever I have Zooms, Emmett Kelly's there looming behind me.
You say the show came out of joy and despair.
Yeah. You know, I've been working on movies and television shows and plays, and it's always somebody else's vision, and you're kind of carrying water for someone else's ideas. And then my last big job ended on HBO, and I thought, what do I want to do? And I thought, well, what does the world need, you know? And I just noticed, like, man, it's getting pretty hard out there, you know? Empathy seems to be something you gotta fight for these days, or, you know, the idea that you should love someone that you don't even know seems like this radical concept, but to me, that's being a humanist, you know? I love all you guys. I do. I love you because you're human beings, you know? So I thought, it's joyful to sing these songs, it's joyful to tell people that you love them, and the despair part was like what was happening in the world. So I thought, I'm gonna do this show, and maybe that'll be my contribution. So come see it if you get a chance. Listen to my album, will you please?
Well, Johnson, it was good to see you. As always, tickets to his Mr. Romantic show are available now. His album, What's Not to Love, is out tomorrow. John C. Reilly, everybody. We'll be right back with Ava Victor.